A couple of years ago, I was fortunate to be in Italy on tour promoting the Italian translation of one of my books, a collection of short stories called The Anarchist and the Devil do Cabaret. It was a collection of short stories based on a band tour and letters and, a journal. And as I was touring Italy with the Italian translation and reading, performing extracts from the book, I noticed something was wrong in Italy. Something didn't quite make sense. And I noticed that Roma refugees, gypsy refugees who had arrived in Italy trying to flee repression in Romania, were all of a sudden under attack in Italy. The extreme right in Italy, the right wing in Italy, decided they were the next target, and they started encouraging Roma bashing. The Roma were in these refugee camps that were like subhuman conditions, and they were forced to live, in garbage dumps and you name it. And then they came under physical attack by local fascist groups. And it was the inspiration for me when I returned home to Montreal to start writing a novel, which I called Cazzarola. And I continued to do research when I went back home to Montreal, online in books, interviews, transatlantic interviews, Skyping, emailing, and digging for more and more information about the history of how did this happen? Why was this? Why were they picking on Roma refugees? And as I was writing the novel, I realized I had a theater piece there. And that before I finished the novel, I would be able to have a theater piece I could tour across Canada to let people know this is what's happening across the Atlantic, and we don't even know about this. And so I was lucky enough to work with a humanitarian aid group, a civil liberties group in Italy called the everyonegroup.org, which is online. And they helped me with my research. They helped me visit Roma refugee camps, talk to people, interview people firsthand, and get the stories of what was going on. So I used those stories, produced a one-man theater piece, and toured Canada with the theater piece to raise awareness about the issue and to encourage people to do research themselves, because what the Roma needed was international solidarity to survive the attack by the right-wing Berlusconi government in Italy. And even to this day now, the anti-Roma attacks have increased. They're being deported, they're being beaten, they're being killed. And there's barely any news here in the West, in North America, about that situation. So yes, I try and use my art to raise public awareness about issues that I believe strongly in.